My friends, today's update is one that every senior in Australia must hear. A surprise pension boost has been confirmed for 2025, and it could mean more money, more stability, and more support for millions of retirees across the country. This isn't just another announcement, it's a real moment of relief for older Australians who have been struggling with high living costs, rising bills, and the pressure of keeping up with everything. So if you or someone you love depends on Centrelink, the age pension, or any senior supplement, this message is for you. Stay with me right till the end because I'm going to explain everything, how much the increase could be, when it's coming, who will get it, and why it's happening now. Before we start, please take a quick moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's completely free, and it helps me bring you daily updates about pensions, benefits, and financial support for seniors in Australia. When you subscribe, you'll always know what's new, what's changing, and what you can claim. So hit that subscribe button and let's begin with this very important news. This pension boost is not just a number, it's a response to what seniors have been saying for months. Across Australia, older citizens have spoken out about how hard it has become to afford everyday items like groceries, medicines, and electricity. The government has finally listened. Starting in 2025, there will be a new adjustment that could make a real difference in the lives of millions of pensioners. For many, it's the first sign of hope in a while, a boost that acknowledges the struggles and shows that help is coming. Now, let's talk about what's behind this change. Every year, the government reviews pension rates in line with inflation, wages, and cost of living data. But what's happening this time goes beyond the regular March and September indexation. This is a special boost, an additional increase introduced to cushion seniors from the continuous rise in prices that has hit households since the start of the global inflation wave. That means this is not your standard adjustment, it's an extra lift that adds more value on top of the regular increase. In simple terms, imagine you're already expecting your normal pension rise in March. But now, in 2025, you'll get that plus another surprise boost announced as part of the government's new support package. It's designed to protect retirees' purchasing power, to make sure your pension doesn't fall behind the real cost of living. Officials are saying that seniors should not be forced to choose between heating their homes and buying healthy food. This boost is meant to prevent exactly that kind of struggle. You might be wondering, when will it start? Early information suggests that the first phase could arrive as soon as March 2025, with another possible review in September 2025. The goal is to align it with the official indexation schedule, but also give room for one extra adjustment if inflation remains high. The government's priority, according to statements from the Department of Social Services and Centrelink, is to ensure that seniors have predictable income and do not lose their independence. This surprise increase has been influenced by a combination of factors. First, there's the rising cost of food and fuel. Even after some small drops, prices remain far higher than they were just 2 or 3 years ago. Second, electricity bills and rents have become a big worry for those on fixed incomes. And third, the government wants to make sure that pensioners can still enjoy a decent quality of life, not just survive. For a typical single-age pension recipient, the current maximum rate sits around $1,116 per fortnight, including supplements. For couples, it's around $1,682 combined per fortnight. With this new boost, seniors could see an additional $30 to $50 per fortnight, depending on their category. It might sound small to some, but for those managing tight budgets, that's enough to cover groceries, medication, or a utility bill. And remember, it's not just about the amount, it's about consistency and respect. The government is also looking into additional support measures that go hand in hand with this increase. These include expanded energy bill rebates, rent assistance improvements, and medical co-payment reductions for seniors. So, the 2025 pension boost might come as part of a bigger relief package aimed at easing financial stress. This shows that Australia is taking a more compassionate approach, recognizing that the cost of living has hit retirees harder than most. The announcement has sparked relief across the senior community. Many advocacy groups, including National Seniors Australia, have welcomed the news and are urging the government to ensure that no pensioner is left out. They have also called for more predictable payment structures, arguing that sudden cost surges shouldn't take seniors by surprise anymore. This new boost could become a foundation for stronger, fairer policy going forward. If you've been struggling to stretch your pension or worried about bills piling up, this is the time to pay close attention. In the next parts, I'll explain the exact eligibility details, how this boost interacts with Centrelink payments, and what to expect in your account in early 2025. Now that you know what this surprise pension boost is all about, let's go deeper into how it actually works, who will get it, and what kind of difference it will make in real terms. Because for many seniors, these details are what really matter. When will the money arrive? How much will it be? And will it affect any other benefits? So let's take it step by step in the simplest way possible, just like we are having a friendly chat over a cup of tea. The first thing to understand is that this increase is part of a broader cost of living response. In the last few years, Australia has experienced steady price increases across nearly every essential category: housing, groceries, fuel, and electricity. Even though inflation is expected to slow slightly in 2025, it still remains higher than what seniors' budgets can easily handle. The government has realised that older Australians, especially those on fixed Centrelink payments, have limited ways to increase their income. That's why this boost was designed specifically to give retirees some breathing room. Officials have said that this surprise pension adjustment will apply automatically. That means if you already receive the age pension, disability support pension, or carer payment, you don't need to reapply or fill out any extra forms. Centrelink will handle the update on its own system, and the new rate will appear directly in your account when the next payment cycle begins. For those who also receive part pensions, your rate will be recalculated based on your income and assets test, ensuring you still benefit from the new rate as long as you meet the standard conditions. Now, let's talk about the amounts. The exact increase will depend on the outcome of the final cost of living review early in 2025, but analysts and advocacy groups have suggested figures between $30 and $50 extra per fortnight for singles, and around $45 to $70 per fortnight for couples combined. That may not sound dramatic, but for someone who has been carefully managing a tight pension, that little extra cushion can make life a bit easier. It can mean being able to buy fresh fruit, fill up the petrol tank, or visit a friend without worrying about skipping another bill. To put this in perspective, the age pension rate has grown gradually over the years, but not always fast enough to match the actual cost of living. Between 2020 and 2024, average living costs for seniors rose by more than 18%, while pension increases only covered about two-thirds of that rise. That's why this 2025 measure feels different. It's not just a routine indexation, it's a targeted relief designed to help seniors catch up after years of feeling left behind. If you're wondering who qualifies, here's the good news. This boost will apply to all full and part age pension recipients, and likely to other senior payments linked to cost of living measures. That includes those receiving the carer payment, disability support pension, DSP, and possibly even those on veteran service pensions. The government's goal is fairness, making sure that all older Australians who rely on the system share in the benefit. For self-funded retirees or those on part pensions with small savings, there may also be a related adjustment through the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card income limits. This card allows access to cheaper prescriptions and discounted medical services, and the government has hinted that they may raise the income thresholds in 2025 so that more seniors qualify. That's another indirect way this boost could help retirees who are just above the current pension limits. Another big question that comes up often is, Will this new increase affect rent assistance or energy supplement payments? The answer, thankfully, is no. The 2025 pension boost will not reduce or cancel other supplements. Those payments are calculated separately, and in fact, they might also go up in the next adjustment round. So, seniors will continue to receive their existing allowances, plus this additional amount. You might also be curious about whether this increase will be permanent or temporary. Based on statements from government ministers, it's expected to be a permanent adjustment added into the base pension rate, not a one-off bonus. This means it will continue to be paid every fortnight going forward, and it will also be included when future indexations are calculated. So even though it's being called a surprise boost, it's actually a lasting improvement in the system. The next part is about timing. Government officials have suggested that the new rates could come into effect around the March 2025 indexation cycle, which normally begins in the second week of March. Payments would therefore start reaching seniors' bank accounts by mid to late March. If further inflation adjustments are needed, another increase could follow in September 2025, just like the regular twice-yearly schedule. The difference is that this time, the March one will already include a special cost of living addition. One of the key reasons behind this decision is that seniors' purchasing power has fallen significantly over the past 3 years. Even though the age pension is indexed, everyday items like food and rent have increased at faster rates than wages or CPI averages. The government has acknowledged that the inflation formula doesn't always reflect the real expenses of retirees. So, they are planning to adjust the calculation to better match the Pensioner and Beneficiary Living Cost Index, PBLCI, which measures what seniors actually spend money on. This change will make future pension adjustments more accurate and fair. Beyond that, the federal government is coordinating with states and territories to ensure that related supports, such as energy bill rebates and concessions, align with this new pension structure. So, if you receive rebates from your state, like discounts on electricity, public transport, or property rates, you might notice some updates to those programs later in the year as well. Now let's talk about what this means for day-to-day life. For many seniors, this isn't just about numbers, it's about dignity. A little extra support means not having to worry about choosing between medications and meals, or about how to cover the next utility bill. It's about restoring confidence that the system actually works for those who built this country. Seniors have contributed decades of hard work and taxes, and this pension boost is a way of saying, we remember and we care. You might have seen some news headlines suggesting that Australia's budget is under pressure. That's true. But what's important is that even in tight economic times, the government is prioritising seniors. That's because pensioners form the foundation of Australia's social system. Supporting them isn't charity, it's respect and responsibility. Every dollar that goes into pensions also goes back into local communities, because seniors spend most of their income locally on groceries, medicines, and services. It helps the economy stay healthy. So, when you hear pension boost, don't think of it as just a government expense. Think of it as an investment in people who gave decades to this country. It's a recognition that retirement shouldn't mean financial struggle, it should mean peace of mind. That's the emotional heart of this announcement, and that's why it's making headlines all over Australia. If you're watching this right now and feeling hopeful, that's good. You deserve to feel hopeful. Because 2025 could finally be the year where the pension system catches up to the reality of what seniors face every day. You've waited long enough for meaningful support, and now it's on the way.